Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel, to the second episode. I've done some work while we were off camera. I've unlocked my map, and then I went over to my wife's map, and we did a bunch of work over there. So we've got some upgrades and trucks that we found. Today is a chopping block day, though. I need to decide which trucks I want to keep and which trucks I want to sell. And I definitely have some trucks that I don't want to keep. So it might be time to add another truck to our inventory that's a little bit more powerful. I will say this. Of course, you can see there my Blazer is just getting over the moon there with the power. We are still on the first. I'm still on the first map, and so we'll be doing all the missions on my map and stuff. But I have been to some of the other maps and gotten parts from there too. So you can see we're starting to really build the pickup truck up, and it's looking pretty buff. Also, you'll notice that we've found a lot of parts for this International Fleet Star on this map. So it is now an all-wheel drive mud tire monster. Actually, those are all-terrain tires, but this truck is really, really good. The Fleet Star, definitely keep this truck because it's got a lot of power and a lot of four-wheel drive or six-wheel drive capability, so it doesn't get stuck very easily. And once you get the heightening kit, it doesn't get stuck really at all because it's just got a good, height above the ground. It's still a pretty small truck, though, so it can't do some of the bigger missions like pulling stuff out. It doesn't have a lot of weight to it, but it's a great truck. So I think up for the chopping block, we have this GMC. What is this? The 9500 or whatever. This truck is terrible. Even with the mud tires and stuff, it still gets stuck. We've got it's obviously been on a heightening kit. You can see how tall this truck is so far. But I don't see being able to use this truck for much of anything because unless you're on like pretty dry roads, it just gets stuck. The Scout is cool, but it's fuel hungry, and it also it's a pretty bumpy ride. So I don't know. I prefer the Chevy, honestly, so I'm probably just going to sell the Scout. It's cool. We can buy another one later if we really want one, but we don't need it because it's got the Chevy. And last but not least, we have a Kodiak, and I'm going to back the camera out a little bit. And the Chevrolet Kodiak, I think once we find all the parts for this truck, this is going to be a really powerful truck. But in the meantime, I need something for rescue missions, like pulling trucks out of the mud and other things that's got a little bit more weight and power to it. So even though this is going to be a cool truck down the road, I think for now it doesn't really fit in our arsenal. So I'm going to go ahead and sell this truck. So the GMC 9500, the Kodiak, and the Scout are all going up to the chopping block. So let's go ahead and move those to the garage, and I'm going to go into my map. We'll sell the Scout. And then we'll take a look at what we want to buy. Move that to the garage, and we're going to sell this. Now, you'll notice here I already have $2,800. That's thanks to my wife. She and I have done a lot of work on her maps and made a lot of money so far. So I haven't really done any work on my maps yet, but because of the work that we did over on her map, things are going well there. So let's do that. And then we're going to switch over to the... Nope. And by the way, people were telling us the CK1500 is actually not a real truck. There's a C1500, which is a Chevy Cheyenne. And then there's, I guess, the K1500, which is going to be the four-wheel drive. And now that people say that, that makes sense because the K Blazer is a four-wheel drive truck. So if it has a K, it's four-wheel drive. If it has a C, it's two-wheel drive. Let's grab this Kodiak. And we're going to sell this guy. So once again, I think the Kodiak has the potential of being a very good truck because it is all-wheel drive, and it has lockable diffs, and you can get mud tires, and it already rides really high. This is not a lift kit. This is the stock truck. So I think at some point we will buy another one of these and add it to our fleet, but not right now. It's just too small for what we need at the beginning here. So we're going to sell this. And we'll go back to our MH9500. So once again, this truck, I don't know. It looks cool. It looks like it could be a great truck, but it's terrible. All right, so here we go. I've put some money into this truck too, and it's still to try it out, and it just didn't work. So let's go ahead and sell this bad boy. And let's take a look at the trucks that we have available for us. Right now I have $108,000. High in the ranking is the International Paystar. I've played around with this truck before I had to restart my game. I've done some playing around. And by the way, I did restart, by the way, guys, because my game crashed. So I've since then unlocked my map, but that's it. But the Paystar is great. Oh, and so I also decided, I forgot to tell you this. I kept the I kept the Navistar. I'm drinking out of my wife's mug, and she just caught me. I decided to keep this truck instead of selling it because, one, it's a really good truck, and two, I felt like it was cheating to take the money and just buy a really big truck right off the bat. I wanted to work my way up to buying a big truck. So, lo and behold, I'm almost there without selling this truck. So this one's sitting in the wilderness somewhere in Alaska. We'll have to find it later on in the game, but I kept that. That's how I handled that truck. And the con is just the con. I've kept it. We're talking about the UAZ, this guy right here. I've kept that one, but I'm not using it. It just sits in my garage, but it's for fun. So if I feel like going out and having fun, I run that truck, but that's not part of what we're doing. So, excuse you. So anyway, we have the off-road International Paystar. I think we could buy this, but my wife and I played around with this huge Pacific P12. And this this thing is just a monster. It just plows right through the dirt, and that's with no upgrades. It's totally like the perfect off-road truck. It doesn't have a lot of attachments that some of the ones, but really the big things that it has, it's got this crane, which I probably would put that on there to start with right off the bat. It looks kind of funny though, actually. It's pretty small for this truck, but it has the maintenance thing, which is what I would use. I would either use the maintenance or the crane and pull a maintenance trailer when I went to rescue trucks, because there's a lot of trucks on these maps that need rescuing. And this just has the power that it needs to do those kind of rescues. We can also have a fuel tank or a saddle high, but I think the big thing is that crane. The crane or the emergency kit. Let's see if it has our color. Yeah, it even has our company color. That looks a little bit off, but that's our company color. What a neat truck. So yeah, we'll be doing this. I'm going to save up then, so I'm not going to buy this truck yet. Probably by the time we start recording the rest of this video, I will have it, though, because I'm going to go back to my wife's map and play for a little bit. But I'm going to save that money that I have right now, and why? Oh, I'm being banned from the map. You know, I didn't see this truck the other day. I feel like this got added in while, like, after the release. Do you guys remember seeing this truck? This is awesome. It's a completely useless truck. Can only be used in the city, but man, is that cool. Anyway. But I want to get, this is my goal right now. I mean, like I said, I could right now settle for less and get a Paystar. And the Paystar is a great truck. Maybe we should. What do you think, babe? Should I wait and save for the P12 or Fine. I deserve it, I guess. Because I drank out of her creeper mug. I have a Minecraft creeper mug that I got at Walmart yesterday. Well, it is for you in the long run. Yes, you are correct about that. But this truck comes with these mud tires that work great, or all-terrain tires. I don't know. I mean, the Paystar is capable of rescuing pretty much anything. It's a little on the small side. This will get us through all of the Michigans. The P12 will get us through all of the missions on most of the maps. It's just that big. I think I just need to be patient and see what else we find out there. So I'm going to hold off for now. In the meanwhile, not going to sell that. We want to go back out. So I will go ahead and in the next segment of the video here, I'm going to hop over and you guys will see us. I'm going to start doing the missions on this map, and I'll take you with me as I do those missions. But I just kind of wanted to see you. This is all we got left, our 2 trucks. I think pretty quickly we'll be able to get that third, the monster-sized truck, and just pray that I don't get the Fleet Star stuck in the meantime. So, all right, guys. So I'll see you in a couple minutes. Hang tight. I'll be back. All right. So our first task of the day is a fallen power line. My wife is still angry with me for taking her mug. So we have this fallen power line here on the map, and I'm looking for the mission here. Fallen power line. There we go. Needs 1 metal plank, 2 concrete blocks. In general, I would say that we should get the metal plank and the concrete blocks all at once. I'm going to take a look here and see if anything in our depot has that already. We've got some trailers over here. I don't think we have concrete blocks. We might have metal planks, though. Let's go take a look. So once again, this truck has been lifted, and it's also got all-terrain tires put on it, something that it did not come with by default. It also has the all-wheel drive and diff lock, so it's becoming a pretty powerful truck. There's our metal. Okay, you know what? There's our metal planks. So we will come back. I don't know why they call them metal planks, but they're metal boards. But we're going to run over to the warehouse, which is kind of a pain in the butt to get to, but we'll get there. And then we'll grab those metal planks and put them on the back of our truck. Now, somewhere on the map, there is a trailer with concrete blocks on it. I feel like my headlights are not on, but they are. That's the one thing I wish this truck did have headlights on the top. It does not. So, and of course the map is going to go dark. Ugh. Let's fix that. Whoops. Back to morning. I'm playing during the daytime, and there's a lot of reflection on my screen, so we're going to work in the day. Yeah, we're going to put all-wheel drive on. Put this Fleet Star to good use. So you can see here, this is a pretty buff truck. Sweet, I'm all buff. So this is one of the trucks I definitely recommend. And once again, I'm going with that philosophy. If it ain't all-wheel drive, I ain't keeping it. And it's not to be picky, but we just even being through this map, which is the quote-unquote beginner map, there's just so much mud and muck that that you can't really get the two-wheel drive trucks to where they belong. I mean, maybe down the road when you have chain tires and stuff like that, it will get better. But maybe we'll be multimillionaires by then in the game, and then we can try to mess around with the trucks. But for now, we're not millionaires. We did get the Snowrunner gearbox for some of these trucks. The only problem that I have with the Snowrunner gearbox is it literally doubles how much gasoline that your truck takes to run. And that can be a very bad thing, especially when you're playing by yourself and you don't necessarily have support trucks with you. Just doing some slipping here, too. There we go. I love the hood of this truck. This is the crazy road to the warehouse. There's actually a mountain you can climb up and go over to shorten it a little bit. We're going the long way. And this truck is capable of doing some of those mountain roads, even with a load on it. But if I would have been smart and mapped it out. Where are we going here? Oh, no, this is it. Okay. Let me get through this muck right here. My wife is sending me messages, so I'm going to have to check that in a second. Whoa! Boing. Definitely has a sprung rear end here. Leaf. Uh-oh. So we need to put this into low. Put the diff lock on. Well, let's try that. You should see a difference. Yep, look at that. Marked improvement. So what I found with this game, in a weird way, the diff locks don't really help until you start getting better tires. Running all-wheel drive full bore seems to work better when you have crappy tires on the truck. But once you start getting the better tires on the trucks, that's when using the low gear diff lock really does help. So keep that in mind if you're having issues. Or wondering, why is this not like Mud Runner? It actually is, but you have to get the better tires first. Whoops. Alright, so I'll catch you guys when I get to the factory. We're almost there, but it's going to be a while because this is all slog. Alright, folks, we've arrived at the warehouse. We're going to pick up some concrete.
And I look like a fish.
I look like a fish, huh? I'm going to pick up some concrete slab. Some cod. Alright. Cod sounds delicious. Alright, so we're going to go down. We're going to push the right trigger. And we don't want bricks. I want concrete block. Yes.
You can't have a concrete block.
Well, you're a knob.
You're just calling a knob on screen.
Did you turn your camera off? I'm being punished. Alright, so we're going to unload. Let's see, how do we do this? I don't want cargo management. I want, yeah, crane mode. Okay, we're going to activate the anchor. Hopefully the crane is strong enough. Then we're going to raise this up like that. You can winch it up a little bit too because it's pretty low. We'll put this on the back. Bring it in. The weird thing about this crane is there's really no way to set it straight down, which is what I want. I want to lower. But it'll auto pack the cargo. It just doesn't. It's kind of funky how it does it. All right, so come out here. No, I don't want that on my truck. Thank you. I don't. Okay, and we don't want. I don't want those. I want concrete slab again. All right. And okay. Now, one of the things I need to do is I need to pack the cargo. There we go. And then we're going to go to crane mode. And it didn't push the anchor. Left. There we go. Left. Okay. Oh, okay. So you can do it from the crane. I didn't realize you could do that. We're going to raise this up. Okay, that's how you could do it. And we're going to put it this way. rotate this.
Oh,
Raise it a little bit more. And then we're going to lower it with the winch. Oops. How about raising a little bit more? Unfortunately, there's no way to get this on the right way, so we just set it on there like that without being picky. Press X. The camera, this needs to be reworked. I hope that they see this when they play the game. I don't know how they couldn't have seen that, but you can't see what you're doing because the interface is right in your face while you're trying to load the crane. It's a little bit weird. So we can pull the anchor. We're going to escape the crane controls. Oh, whoa. And we're going to unpack and pack. There we go. We're going to restore that.
look, the other.
Yeah.
Update to Snowrunner.
What?
There's an update.
Oh, there's an update. Ooh. Okay. So, should I quit what I'm doing right this second and do it? Okay, we're going to take a pause for a second, folks, and I'm going to get the whoa boing update. Update installed. We don't know what it is, but it's been updated. So let's head on back to the shop. Let's see how far we get with all-wheel drive on. 0 distance. Now, there is a shortcut that my wife showed me. I think this is it here. But we need to take a look at the map because I'm not sure exactly where it is. Yeah, this is it. So you don't have to go around this way. You can go up and over. And there. And that cuts off this whole area here. But we still have the mud muck there. And we're going back to the shop to pick up that trailer. And then we'll be off to fix the down power lines. Those Dawn power lines. Once again, though, this is a beast of a truck. I am not in any way, shape, or form disappointed with the size of this truck. You are? It's not big enough for you? Whoa, let's see. Yeah, we'll put this on because we're carrying a heavy load, so we're going to put it in a diff lock getting up this part of the hill. Otherwise, we're going to tear the hill up. Uh-oh, come on. And we got to be careful coming down the hill because we don't want to, if we go too fast, we'll damage the truck. And there's our garage. This is a really useful shortcut. A little tough for the trucks, but honestly, this truck does just fine in this pass. And the hardest part was getting up that side of the hill. Now, coming up from this side is a little more difficult because obviously this is, pretty off-road terrain. I think in real life you might be damaging your truck doing this. I think the crane anchors are getting hooked on stuff. Whoa. All right, so we are almost back to this garage. Another shortcut that I found is here, right there into that bush, which has completely stopped all forward progress. So that's not the way I was thinking about going. Oh, it's a tree. That's why. It's not a bush. For at least 1 or 2 trips, you could do this. But this starts to turn into a muck, too, so you got to watch. So that works, too. Yay. Oh. Things are looking a little wrong there, but we're still okay. And let's get our metal planks, I think they call them. That trailer looks really heavy, but... So we're going to grab this. And attach that. And let's get headed over to those power lines and get them fixed. Excuse you. So once again, this is a great truck. I cannot see using this as a rescue truck, though. You really do need something heavier than this. And notice that with all this driving around, we've only used like almost half a tank of fuel, but not bad, considering we're hauling all this stuff and we're doing a lot of off-roading in this kind of on-road truck. So the Fleet Star, I think, is fast becoming a community favorite with this game. It really is a very capable little truck. We are doing some spinning here. Come on, truck. Wow. This load. This road doesn't look like it should be this bad, but it is. Come on, truck. I feel like we're having a really hard time here. But then again, we are pulling a heavy load. So maybe we'll do this, so we'll put it into diff lock. And now we should get some forward power without... And we're just going to have to creep along here. Because that's the only speed we seem to be getting anyway. Once again, this is a pretty heavy load, so... Unfortunately, we're really burning through the gas. Well, can we get back there? There we go. Nope, worse gas burning, and we're going the same speed, so just let it go this speed. Geez, I hope I don't run out of gas. I mean, we're not even halfway there yet. If you have too many trailers, you can sell them. You really only need one of each type, but neither of my wife and I have sold any trailers yet. I think I'm going to try to keep on my map one of each type, and I'll sell some of those. We can make some income that way because... You do need more trailers? Oh, what Moni is saying is not every map has garages on them, so sometimes you need extra trailers. So there you go. I haven't been outside this map. My wife's the only one that's been on other maps. So, oh, so people have told you that. Okay. I think that's our power line over there to the right. Oh, brother. This turned into a slog. I think we'll be okay on the gas because we're by a gas station. Once we get done with the mission, we can run over to the gas station and we'll call it an episode there. But we will do episodes where we, you know, as I fix stuff, I'll take you with me as we put the map back together. And this is where having a second truck would help, because we could bring fuel out with a second truck. You might be better off waiting for a bigger truck to do this kind of stuff where you're double pulling like this, because I think part of our problem is that we have a lot of weight on this truck when it can't really handle it. Or we need a bigger motor, which there are bigger motors, I think, available for this. Because the wheels aren't slipping or anything. I think it seems like a horsepower issue. Got a very loaded truck. And there's our power line down. I think my wife just crashed. She's making a face. And she said, oof. All right. We've arrived. Now here's the weird thing about these missions. You don't actually get crane unload them. I was kind of hoping that would be like the realistic way to do it, but... Okay. Deliver and deliver. And we just made some money and some road. So let's see where this goes. Does this go to a fuel? Let's see, the nearest fuel station. Yes, this goes to the nearest fuel station, which is just up the road around the corner. So let's get on up there and get refueled, and then we will call that an episode. And next time, there's a couple mountain passes that need to be opened, so we'll work on those. I don't mind this trailer, but I think I like the other smaller trailer. It's funny because they carry the same capacity, so I don't really see why you'd use this heavier one, because it just weighs more. But I guess it depends on what kind of truck you're using. This one just seems like it's a little too heavy for this truck.
Oh, no, no, no.
Are you dumping over, babe? Oh, something bad happened. She made the why God face. Why God, why? Here's our gas station. Mission success. Well, yeah, I'm coming. All right, so we're going to save right here. Going to refuel the truck and put the parking brake on. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed this episode of Snowrunner. I am just loving this game. It is just incredible. Just been having fun with it. And anyway, so I will see you guys in a little bit. Have a great night. Be sure to subscribe. Thumbs up always help. And we'll see you next time on Snowrunner.